Yup, it's Theo. I'm just gonna be making this up as I go. For me, it's currently um 20 to 20 to midnight, and I have school in the morning. So I'm gonna hope my parents don't hear me, and I'm gonna get on with this tier list, and I'm gonna tell you why. And at one point, I might use text to speech. So let's get started. I'm gonna try and make my way from bottom to top. With top, I'll have some clips of the gameplay maybe to show you why you're that high. So let's start off. Slime as a piece of garbage. You're only gonna win against bad players. No punch is an awful move that can sometimes stop your combo extend. Consecutive punches, small hitbox, bad move. Flicker punch is the only good move on Saitama. And the uppercut, while you can air rush, it's a decent combo extender, but isn't high enough to put him any higher than when he is. The ultimate sucks. Normal punch on the 1 second cooldown sucks. Consecutive serious punches or normal punches sucks. It's got a big range though. Serious uppercut sucks. Serious punch is a one shot, I guess. I feel like Jinkai's one shot is more usable than serious punch though. You can evade, but you can also uppercut into serious punch, which I guess is decent, but not enough to put him any higher. Alright, now I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to try and go for this below average bit pretty quickly. Aim Smasher doesn't have an ult, while his base is pretty solid for combos, still not that good, and even the time stop sucks. Broly has a decent base, his base is somewhat usable. 4 guard breaks doesn't really make him that much better because his ult holds him back so much. The moves are old, unusable, bad graphics, even though it doesn't matter in this tier list. You barely hit people with the mouth beam. The only usable move is the one where he goes into the air and shoots orbs and shit out of his body. Berserker Barrage sucks, and the Berserker slam down thing sucks. The Pale Drive sucks. All of it sucks. Naruto's been gutted since his Rasengan Shuriken. His ult's the only good part of his kit. End of. Jinkai getting buffed puts him up there, because he'd be why would you ever touch this character, but since he got his buff, he's pretty decent. 50% chance to one shot. Orphan Piccolo's only up there because he's carried by frames. His ult sucks. And he has a decent base kit for combos. I can't say too much, I'm not that good with him. His ult sucks on console, it's unusable. The avatar move does decent damage, and it's Scorch Palm, I think it's called. It does pretty good damage, I can't lie. Makes him somewhat usable. Rengoku, if this was old Rengoku we were talking about, where his ult would freeze everyone on the map, he'd be very high up. It doesn't. It's only a damage boost. I guess you don't have to use Rengoku, but I don't think he compares to anyone in the solid pick tier. 2011X is going to make a lot of people mad. I think if we weren't accounting for his attainability, I think 2011X would be good, but this is also accounting for passives as well as base and ult. So his passives that he loses ult on death, that makes him almost unusable. If you die one time on your first stock, you get cooked for the rest of the match. If you have ult and he didn't drain ult, he'd be the best of the best, above MX, below Kratos. In my opinion anyway. Moving on, Mickey. 4 guard breaks, pretty solid, good damage dealer. A hell of damage actually. His ult holds him back a bit, but his ult isn't bad enough as a lot of people in below average, so he's pretty far up there. Tatsumaki has a lot of good iframes, not too good combos as far as I can tell, and I can't judge the ult fair enough, even though I know it's good, it bugs out every time I pop it. Tanjiro has a long awakening, and there's nothing to be said about his base, because his base is kind of meh. Unless you've reached the skills ceiling. I think if you have, the base is very good for combos, but it's not as usable as the other ones because hard to hit moves, bad AoEs. But yeah, pretty good combo character, and the ult lasts hella long and it's pretty good. Gojo has a really solid base and a really solid ult. The only problem is he doesn't excel at anything. Now that I look at it, I probably should have put Gojo higher, honestly. But a lot of people also don't know how to use him. I think blue and red are good, and I don't think the kick up is good. I think it's good for combo starters, but I think if he had anything else for it, he'd be better. The ult, the only reason it's held back is because it doesn't excel in too much damage. It does have a death move, which is solid purple, but other than that, he wastes an ult move on iframes, and he has pretty long cooldowns. Cyclops has a skill ult, and it's not Ghost Riders, and it's not Phoenix Force, so need to be said, it's not good. But he's a good support character for teams, but he's only viable in teams. I guess you also get the damage buff, but it's not that good. Zioku's your basic starter character, good for combos, but the thing he's best at is Screen Shake. I don't really think that matters here. So, that's why he's there. Z Vegeta, same bases, C Goku, pretty good for combos. But with C Vegeta, I think he has a slightly better ult than Z Goku. Easier to hit moves, decent iframes, you can pop your one shot twice. That's why he's there. Now, if we were talking about Superman, pre-nerf, he would be great characters where you could spend time in Space Punch. Now you can't, now he's mid. And 32nd Awakening holds him back a lot. Batman, a lot of people see as like Broly tier. You just don't know how to use him. I only have a brief understanding of how to use Batman, but he can be really annoying and really good. He's a pretty solid pick, and he's really good for combos. Sailor Moon's just another hidden potential character. Just try her out. She's not hard to use. She's pretty good. Omni-Man, in my opinion, and I was an Omni-Man main before I sold him, so don't judge me on that. He has an insanely OP base. He's one of the best wall combos in the game, but his ult holds him back because the lack of cooldowns, lack of OP damage. His ult isn't good enough to compare with anyone higher. I think his base is good. King Mickey, insane AoEs, insane damage. Only in his ult. His base is a worse version of Mickey though. Enough can't be justified for him. Tubi, haven't caught a good enough glimpse of, but as far as I can tell, Tubi's not bad. The only bad move is Black Hole, since you always get punished for it. Her combo starter is good, has iframes, she's quite hard to dodge, and her ult's really good as well for really good one-shot. Ben 10 has the Omnitrix tech, which is really good, infinite combos. The only problem is no one uses Ben 10 effectively because no one uses Heat Blast. That's what holds him back from you guys discovering his potential. His ult's insanely OP though. So that's why he's there. Now, for the sake of you guys getting your time saved, I'm going to give a short summary but be more clear so you guys can understand. 2099 more Spider-Man base, but the ultimate is really good. You can counter almost any ultimate. You can cannon event an ultimate and then go and kill everybody else. And it'll freeze your ultimate. It's really good. Sonic, I've seen people burst up to 3 times, plus there's a burst tech where you get your ultimate back. Vader's a solid awakening and a solid base. That's why he's up there. Not much needs to be explained. I'm going to go deep into Mario since he's new. Mario has good damage, had good iframes, solid cooldowns, always moves come back at roughly the same time. And Green Shell, pre-nerf Green Shell was a different thing. You should watch my video on it. Pre-nerf Green Shell would fuck your lobbies up so hard, it's not funny. Me and Water won against Matt and kameez. We only won because of Green Shell, if we're being real. And the ultimate's really good with the star. Jean Grey had her iframes removed, but she still was a really good ult. But she was carried by the no iframes thing, which is what made her like OP in FFA. Short-lived though. Just a shame. Now we're gonna get brief with the character explanations. This is all the top tiers, and this is starting at 9 minutes and 15 seconds. Spider-Man, he has a decently low skill floor, I can't lie. It's not too hard to pick him up. However, his skill ceiling has been achieved by one player, and that's kameez. There's people like ZZZ who are really good with him, I just don't think they're at the very top. I think kameez has the mixture of good player and good character. And it's because of that I think he's top 1 on Spider-Man. And I think that's a fact. Anyway, Spider-Man, good base, good ult, really annoying, good mobility. Luffy, okay. Luffy, when he came out, was a demon. That's not him anymore. He has good ranges. You can't PB his moves. You can only block pistol. He has pretty solid combos, pretty good damage with the Grizzly Magnum. And his ultimate, popping King Cobra multiple times, it will rock your shit. There's no lie in that. King Cobra rocks your shit not one time, but 2 times. And the other moves can kill you quite a bit. Yeah, it can do a lot of damage, especially in teams. Very spammable. You're not going to hit Luffy during his ultimate because of how many iframes he has. Now we go on to the DMC characters. Virgil has a really good base. He has the Void Slash iframes, the Speed Blitz iframes, Judgment Cut iframes. He's really good combos. In fact, I think Virgil when like they're probably the staples of combo characters in the game. And Mirage Blaze is really cool. As for the ultimate, has one of the funnest features in the game, although his ultimate is pretty hard to use. With the game back feature though, he's very fun. He does quite a lot, and his 2 ultimate moves are really good. Dante, if it was a pre-nerf Dante yet again, he'd be top 3. It's not. The Dante nerf has balanced him out quite a lot. I can't lie, Matt. You knew what you were doing when you balanced him out. Dante's pretty fair. He still has a really good ult. He still has a really good base. That's why he's up there. He's still viable. If you say Dante base gutted him or Dante nerf gutted him, you're wrong. I'm sorry. Now, some people will say that Goku isn't good. He's just spammy. And when I was making this list with like Matt and Hubert, they told me to put Goku really high and that I had him too low. Apparently Goku's really good, and I say apparently, but even I know he is. He has the iframes on Meteor Barrage. He has really good combos. He can float in the air, good movement. Hell, man, he's really good. New day, new me. And we're on to Ultron. In a nutshell, Ultron is a spammy, annoying, essentially uncounterable character. Let me dive deeper. So, if we are going to compare off Ultron and ones, which this is overall, so we're not, he's very easy to counter. Ultron has 3 multi-barrage moves, and out of his entire kit, only 1 move guard breaks. So you have your blasts, your repulsor blasts, which do good damage, good for combo extend. He has a heal, which is like rockets come out and heals him, or he can heal a bot of his choice, which is useless. He can switch, and he has his guard break, which is the rockets with AoE and stuff. His base is really solid, but he's a glass cannon because he does a lot of damage. He's easy to use, but he only has 150 HP. Of course, he comes with the heal, but still, you get caught in one combo and you get cooked. The ult's OP, spammable moves, very high damage. He has a one-shot beam, which is really good. You can kill multiple people with it. He has a decently long awakening. Not much needs to be said. He's really OP. Now, if you haven't played him, you're going to want to get into this explanation of Sephiroth. Basically, he has no movement, so he stinks on that part. His base kit would be dog shit if not for the fact that he had one of the highest damaging moves in the game in the base kit, other than like Genkai 1000% punch. He has the Omni Slash, which is good iframes, good movement, sort of movement. You're almost always going to hit someone with Omni Slash, and Shadow Flurry, which is just does like a third of your health. It's crazy. Use that on an Ultron, see what happens. And the reason why he's so high up is because his ultimate is the longest lasting ultimate in the game, I think, other than maybe Virgil if he's capped. There's like a few exceptions, but basically one of the longest ultimates in the entire game, and he's OP for it. And his ultimate's just really good, has a lot of teleports, so you can't really run that much. And he has a slight ult drain, which is really helpful sometimes. Now, as for Ichigo, take Dante or Virgil, who's the combo gods of the game, and completely remove that. Ichigo is a poke character. He sort of has 4 raw moves. He doesn't get that many good combos, although he does pretty good damage. He has a damage buff move. He has pretty sick AoEs. The reason why he's so high is because he has the best ultimate in the game. I don't want to argue with that, actually. Other than Ryder, maybe. But, yeah, it's really high up. you have your normal ultimate, which is really OP, and then you have a Bankai meter, so the more damage you do, the higher it goes. Once you reach Bankai, it's a full ult refresh. Shorter ult, better ult moves, more damage, less cooldowns, and you have the best one-shot in the game, which is almost unavoidable. You can, for the most part, evade one-shots and survive them. If you evade Getsuga, I think you still die. The only way to counter it is by iframe spamming or ult spamming, and sometimes it just doesn't work. And it also Getsuga hits the entire map. And death to me for saying this, but if you're new to the game, hop on Fantastic Four. Undoubtedly, the top 3 easiest moveset to pick up. He's a 1-star for a reason. He has an OP base, he has too many iframes, too much movement, and he has like uncounterable combos with an uncounterable move to start them. Sort of like Kratos, who'll be on in a second. The only reason he isn't in best of the best is because his ult holds him back. Unlike the people in S tier, they have a good base, ult, and some passives. His ult is good, but it's not OP enough to put him into the best of the best. It's just his base, which is OP. His ult's still pretty good though. He has a good one-shot, good movement, pretty spammy. So, yeah, he's just the top of second S tier. Now we move on to the best of the best, aka I want to win tier. Let's start out. MX. MX, pre-release Mario, was probably mid-low A. He's very good. He had a lackluster base though, which is what held him back. Now Mario base has been changed and it's really good. Really, really good. I know they removed dropkick iframes and Shell's just gutted, but Shell's a really good stun still. Dropkick's a good combo starter. He has good damage. He's the god of movement, kinda. Not the god, but he's up there. He's pretty good. And the ult is OP. The ult can counter any other ult in the game that isn't faster than him. And even then, if you're faster than him, and you don't have evade, if he rampage rushes you in the hunt, he can jump on you and kill you. So yeah, pretty good. He dies after ult, and in fact, MX is so good that he's probably going to get hit with the 2011 nerf where he loses ult, but right now, he hasn't got it, so he's that high. Kratos shouldn't need to be explained. No skill, no skill, no skill, high damage, easy combos, no skill. Pop ult, free win button. Spartan Rage it was worse than the base ult. Basically, when Kratos does damage, he has a Spartan Fury meter. If you ult while it's full, you get the second ultimate to him, which is Spartan Rage. But the first ult is probably better. It has better movement and it has a time stop, which isn't that good, but it's good damage. And his blade is like an insta-kill with a full ult refresh and a drain. So, he's OP. Doom is a fucking defensive god. You will not be touching this guy in ones. Yes, you will. It depends what character you play. His Doombot is probably one of the best passives in the entire game, and no lie. You want to target it, but at the same time, Doom rage baits you by playing defensively so badly that you ignore the Doombot and still get hit by it. When you go to attack the Doombot, he beams you and gets a combo. Oh my god. He has an ult siphon. God Doom is the best. God Doom solos you. Solos you, your entire verse, your entire life. I don't know, man. He is the god of the cosmos. Of course, it has a hard attainability, so that's not why he's that high up. He just has a really, really insane base kit and a really solid base ult. He also has the passive where you can see health and ultimate charge, which is pretty helpful. All around, just really good OP. You would think Doom couldn't be topped. Not by the rest. David was stoppable beforehand. Basically, the thing with David is he's OP. He has really good combos. He's insanely helpful in teams. This is just accounting for his base kit. How to Fly used to be PBable, and now it's not. So you guarantee take damage. And if you evade How to Fly, he'll blitz smash you or something unless you're Doom, and you can just sit back and block. So that's probably it for his base kit. He does have a Cyber Psychosis meter, but it doesn't hold him back that much. Just don't spam How to Fly. And he has one of the best ults in the game. He has his normal ult moves. He has a time stop, which time stops the whole map. He has a really good teleport, really high damage. And you kill Rebecca, and you get probably the best damage boost in the game that isn't Superstar or MX Hunt. He does like 27 in M1, and he has a time stop. His gun does like 100 damage. Why? We've all been praying for a David nerf. Let's not lie. And to think you couldn't top David off. Master of the Multiverse goes to Raider. Day 1 Raider would be the tier above Master of the Multiverse. Unfortunately, he's not like that anymore. He got changed in the day. Raider one-shots mostly every character in the game. If Raider gets ult before you, you lose. GG's. I'm kidding. You still have a chance. Depends what character you are, though. There's only a very few handful of characters that can play up against Raider and win. And if you're same skill gaps, then that applies to the good characters. If you have a better skill gap than the Raider you're facing, you will probably win. Basically, you may think his ult bad, one-shots everyone, and there's the annoying drain tech where you bike in a circle, stack up the flames, and then ult someone. It will drain around 75% of their ultimate, depending on how quickly you penance them into the flames. So you're getting a full ult drain and a stock, and the ult goes back to you. So once you get 25 ult back, you can penance again and bake again, and then take the points that they just got. It's a rinse and repeat. As for his base kit, he has a lot of decent range. And I think his base kit can he has really long cooldowns. Like, Chain Whip is 35 seconds and it's his only guard break. Yeah, so that's it for the tier list. So this was made with me, Matt, Kameez, and Hubert. They had a bit of input. So for characters that I don't play much, they organised. Yeah, that's it pretty much. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Also, to the 6.7% of you guys who watched me in Philly, love you. If you made it this far, I love you, but 92.8% of you guys aren't subscribed, so subscribe now so I can enjoy my channel and stuff. Thank you.